Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you always doing great, and it's always a pleasure for us to have you guys. We are so excited. We are really overjoyed to be in the studio one more time, and I'm with two guests. Before I tell you even the topic, let me introduce them. With Sister Aurea. Maybe she can tell you more about herself.
Yes, my name is Aurea. I live in Burundi. I think that's what I can say about myself.
Well, I hope you heard. All right, let's also welcome Brother Chris. Not his first time to be here.
Yep.
Maybe it's third time or four times. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
Can't
this
recall.
is the third. Yes, hello. I'm glad to be here again. Well, I'm looking forward to discussing about today's topic. Thank you very much for your welcoming.
All right, that's really great. And today we'll be talking about let me say not money, but things related to money. Let's focus a little bit Burundi. You know, we have here like enterprises that have the capital going over 1 billion. These are what we call big enterprises. We also have those who start from 100 millions to 1 billion. These are what we call like those which are in the middle. And we also have like small and micro enterprises that are under 100 millions. And for the second category, we have like those who can hire more than 50 employees. We also have for micro and small enterprise that can go even for like 6 to 10 employees, and those who can go only for 6 employees or under. So we wonder today what is the cost for somebody to become a business owner or becoming an employee. So I just want to tell you that we'll be talking about business owner versus employees. So I will ask this very first question. I will start by a lady. What set apart business owner and employee?
I think what sets apart business owner and employee is just willingness. How much do you desire to be a business owner? How much, if you don't want to be an employee, like definitely you will be an entrepreneur. So what differentiates them, I think, is their vision. What's their vision? How do you see yourself in the future? I think that's mostly, if we want to begin with, it's vision. Which vision do you have?
Let's also ask Brother Chris the same question. What do you think differentiate business owner and an employee?
So in my own terms, I believe an employee is a person who's ready to work for money, but then an entrepreneur or business person is that person who goes for money and makes really a lot of it and is willing not to work for it, but let the money work for him or her.
It's really hard for us to figure out what the side of this brother, because like what he stands for, because he gave us like the full picture of what can set apart a business owner and an employee. But I will ask him, what do you stand for?
What am I standing for?
Yes.
Like between the two?
Between the two.
Where do you want me to stand?
No, it's no.
Okay.
Because she stands for business owner.
All right.
Maybe you should stand for an employee.
All right. I'm ready. I'm just because either of the sides, I believe they have good things. You just need to choose one and maybe try it and maybe get to know another one at the end of the day. Yeah. But today I'll be talking about being an employee. Yeah.
Being an employee.
Yeah.
So it's as if it's not really coming from deep inside of you.
Well, we will find out. We will.
You're given a choice. You choose.
Well, let's find out as the discussion goes on.
I will ask, what are the challenges for somebody to become a business owner?
For the business owner, he will have a lot of challenges. That's why we see that we don't have many business owners. First of all, we start with the capital. He will have a challenge, how do I get a capital? And second is visibility. Like, he has so many competitors. So you have to figure out as a business owner, what will differentiate you from others? What is your special touch, if I can say it? So there is so many challenges, but if I have to sit at least two, I will stand for the visibility and the capital.
Chris, you told us you have chosen being an employee, though it's not something you would have to, but still let us ask you, what are the challenges for somebody who is an employee today?
What are the challenges? Well, compared to being an entrepreneur, I believe they are less. But anyway, everything comes with its own cost. Being an employee is that in the long run, you might realize that you didn't really achieve many things. But at the same time, you just have to be satisfied with the least you're happy with. So some of the challenges that I can think of, like for example, you can have your job terminated just like that. And you may be having some financial struggles like every now and then, because you would love to have your payment range up to here, but maybe it's down here. So those are some of the challenges you might have to encounter as an employee. Those are the things that I'm thinking about right now. But yeah, in terms of challenges, I wanted to go into the benefits, but since you asked about the challenges,
for people who don't know, this guy is a business owner, so that's what made me that. Anyways, so I just want to ask, because you said challenges are less for employees.
In my opinion.
In your opinion, so
yes.
What are the challenges for a business owner? Because you're already a business owner today, you can maybe elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, maybe I'm in the middle. I could be maybe self-employed at the same time businessman. Maybe I'm transitioning from one level to another, but of course I'm far from being an employee. So the challenges that I would think of is, an entrepreneur, you have to understand that you will have the payment, or maybe the reward, the revenue, whatever you want to call it, or the income at the end of the day. I mean, your employees have to get first, maybe taxes, maybe some expenses. So you might be ready to work maybe for longer hours and maybe longer periods of time, and just get maybe what you deserve. So those are really challenges, but they come with really rewarding income, like for example, but also you have to build stamina, discipline, you have really to challenge yourself, you need to overcome all these things, and at the end of the day you are just feel like, yeah, I made it. So it's difficult to see that you worked first, but you have to eat maybe last. Yeah, in simple way, in simple words, that's one of the things that I find it challenging. Yeah. Maybe secondly, something else is to be able to work willingly, because as an entrepreneur, there's no one who's making you run. You have to make yourself run, which is really a challenge for many people, because you'll say, maybe tomorrow I don't feel like working, so maybe let me just postpone this, procrastinate. And you just realize, I don't have the money for the rent. So you just need to push yourself in all those, which is contrary from being an employee. An employee, whether you want or you don't want, you have someone pushing you. Somehow it's a good thing, but on the other side, it's not also a good thing, because you've got to build personalities that allow you to do something because you want it, because of your vision, not because you need to be pushed.
Sister Aurea, you talked about visibility and capital. So I just want to ask you, for someone who's not, famous, because maybe I don't know whether we can, compare visibility and fame, or just correspond that. I just want to know, for someone who doesn't have neither visibility, neither capital, what will take him or what will take her, so is maybe he gets to the point of becoming really somebody who can own a business?
Let me start with the capital. The response for the two challenges is courage, actually, is courage. Because as a business owner, you have to be courageous. Because it's what actually differentiates him is the will and the courage. So he has to go beyond himself. So for the capital, you have to go to fundraising, if I could say that. You have to go to your parent, you explain your project little by little. Here is my ways, I will pass by here, we go there. So you have to really be someone who can convince people. You have to go through your friends to raise funds, if I can say, for your business. Also, for the challenge of the capital, you can partner with people. You don't have, the money doesn't have to come from your own pocket. You can partner with people. You'll say, hey, listen, this is the business that I want to do. I want to sell clothes. If I make profit with your capital, we share the profit. That's how you get attention. That's how you get partner. So you have to interest them in one way or the other way. And for the visibility, the more you have to start from where you are. Actually, the visibility, fame, for the business, we don't call it fame, we call it marketing. So you have to have a strong marketing. How do you market your product? How good is your product? Do you consume your own product? Or is it for the sake of making money? So what is your drive? You want to make people healthy, so you are selling bananas. What is your drive? What is pushing you to do what you are doing?
I wanted to ask such a question. What can really make a business owner more impactful?
For actually, they say a good product sells itself. If I'm bringing medicine and say, hey, Patrick, this medicine works. If you know it's work, you have to test it yourself. Like, let's say that, you know what, I'm always feeling bad in my stomach. I don't know, whenever I eat this and that, I'm allergic, this and that. I say, hey, a friend gave me a medicine. I will recommend it to you. And once you have tested, whoever you will hear that is having the same challenges, you will give the same medicine. So to say that what makes a business impactful is the product itself. Once the product is good, it sells itself wherever.
Yeah,
or
sure.
service as well.
Sure.
Product or service.
Yeah.
I'll ask the same questions to Chris, Brother Chris. How can we apply this to an employee? How can an employee become more impactful in the society?
If you would allow me maybe to talk about, I think it goes in the same way. The reason why I would advise someone to become first an employee is that you first get to be in an environment that is set up for you to get to see, to learn how maybe things are run in terms of business or whatever it is. So that really comes in with tons of experience. So to your question about what can make an employee stand out, I believe it's all about skills, and it is about that very person discipline and being a visionary and embracing that thing he's into. For example, let's take a guy who's into IT and he's interested in seeing things being created in an innovative way. So that person, he might not need someone to be, telling him, okay, you do this, you do that. He's ready to do the work. So if then he's put in a good environment, he might be able to improve a lot and then come up with greater results than just himself starting all over. I mean, by himself. So now, if an employee has a good environment and he's skilled and he's really passionate about what he's doing, then nothing can stop him. He will be making really good impact, some good impact, and he'll make a good influence.
Let me change this question a bit. What can prevent an employee from becoming really an outstanding person, very impactful in the society?
Bigger portion of us, we are employees. You know, maybe, I don't know the percentage, but statistics shows that there's a lot of employees than entrepreneurs. So what would make an employee not to be standing out, you know, or not to be an outstanding employee? Well, first is when you see an employee who's bored, who's lazy, who's not passionate, who's put in a place just to get the money, you know, and as they say, to make ends meet. Those are characteristics of a bad employee, you know. And if they stopped, you know, pushing on themselves in terms of getting new skills and being challenged themselves, I mean, apart from the, of course, their employer, that's a good sign that he's not doing fine or she's not doing fine. So I would love to see an employee who's always pushing forward and coming up with innovative, you know, activities. So that will affect, of course, the company as well as the society, because, you know, it's funny or it's amazing to see that the more the person is busier, the more the person is busy, the better he tends to do things. And on the other side, the more a person is lazy, the worse he tends to do things. So when you're looking for a person to work with, don't look for a person who doesn't have something to do. You will just realize that since he was used to doing nothing, even at your own company, he will just be doing that same thing. But the other guy would just be doing, you know, busy and, you know, bringing up stuff. So your question is like, how to make sure that the employee is really doing great things, or did I is that the question? But anyways, not to make sure that the employee is not
being effective, maybe.
He's not being effective, yeah. So when he doesn't take that responsibility, when he's lazy, you know, laziness is actually an outcome of losing interest in whatever you're doing. So you have to fuel your fire, your passion. So one of the things that shows that is to train yourself, train your mind to think in a way that will make your company or whatever you do more valuable. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Sister Aurea, I'm not going to ask the same question. Now ask, when does a business owner shift to becoming an employee? You know, some circumstances, sometimes, maybe you can, you know, tell us when you see yourself as a first business owner?
Me, myself, first of all, I see myself as a business owner. And under certain circumstances, a business owner can become an employee. Like, for example, you never can say what the future holds. With some circumstances, maybe I'm looking for an appropriate example. Maybe there is a product you are, okay, let me give, like for the COVID-19. Like many companies started business, like let's make mask. Like they were making a lot of money, but that was a business for a season. Are you getting the point? So for those people who are targeting the COVID, but that COVID was for a period of time. But now it's like malaria, whatever, flu and other diseases. But for that time, the whole world was focusing on COVID. So we have to make impact, or we have to make sure there are a lot of masks. But many companies, if they were not targeting hospital, maybe they have closed now, and the owner have become maybe for now an employee, because that was a business for a season. So which means what makes the business owner to become an employee? Certain circumstances. That's one. And two, I would recommend, since we are here and we are talking about business, it's not business, but it can help a business owner and employee at the same time. I will recommend the 7 Habits for a Successful People. So which means...
That's a book.
Stephen Covey.
Yes, thank you. I would recommend the book, which means the habits are they are the key actually. What is your behavior actually? Because either for me as a business owner, what is my behavior? If I come to the office, I act as a boss, I don't work the job, I don't work anything, everything will be scattered. So it doesn't matter that I'm a business owner, it's actually applied for the employee. If the employee come, as he was saying, he come and he's lazy, he's doing anything, he won't be productive at all. So what I can say from here is, what is your behavior? What is your habit? So, habit, not hobby, habit.
Let me ask this same question to Brother Chris, but in the opposite. When does an employee become a business owner?
Wonderful.
Or what are the reasons that may be push somebody to leave the position of employee to business owner?
Yeah. Yes, that's a really a spot-on question. Like I don't know whether this term is used here, but there's a term they use, like a top-notch. I don't know whether I could say it's a top-notch question, like a very good one. You know, I have a theory actually. I always feel like this because you know we have this unemployment issue problem. So I was thinking to myself, what if we can have this kind of, you know, agreement, like if you finish school or whatever you finish, whether it's a training, then you'll be given an opportunity to work maybe for about 3 to 5 years. That will give you the capital that usually it's a problem too many. And from then on, you can like land on your own 2 feet and do whatever you want to do, okay? That's a simple thing, like 5 years at most or maximum. I thought this could solve 2 things. First, the unemployment issue. Secondly, it would make sure we boost our own economy, sustain not only our own lives, but also those who are around us, the community, our city, even our country. Why not in the region, continental, right? Even the whole world. So now, I'm trying to answer I'm trying to give an answer to your question.
Yeah, come on.
So if now you want to transition from being an employee into being a business owner or entrepreneur, or being a self-employed, you need first to have it in mind and give yourself that time limit, that deadline. I'm gonna work for 2 years, and then I'll be saving this amount of money. I'll be working on my own skills, right? And I mean, from a spirit to your soul to your financial, even your health, right? All things put together. And then at the end of the two years, you can evaluate yourself and say, am I ready to do this now? You have the money, you are spiritually equipped, intellectually equipped. Already we said you are financially equipped. Then maybe you can give yourself a year. I'm trying to be practical here. You can give yourself a year, right? In that 1 year, you can say, okay, now I'll be doing both. I'll be working, maybe part-time, or maybe, I don't know, 9 to 5, but at the same time, I'll be making sure that I work how to put it, in parallel to your entrepreneur activity. And then I'll be doing that. And then at the end of that year, you can then evaluate yourself. Maybe in the 4th year, you can say, let me go full into entrepreneurship. But at the same time, you understand that this is not just an easy thing, but it's a challenge. You have to take it, but of course, you don't take it anyhow. Preparedness is something that comes in handy, and it doesn't come just like that. No, you've got to get ready for it. And like they said, opportunity is when it meets what? The opportunity. The preparedness, right? When you're preparation. Because you may get the opportunity. If you're not prepared, you just say, oh, that's not for me. But it was supposed to be for you. But you're not ready. You are not prepared. So in simple terms, if you want to be an employee, if you want to transition from being an employee into an entrepreneur, you have to prepare for it. Give yourself 2 years. These are not many years. And then at the end of the day, you will realize, yeah, I'm ready, let me go for it.
It's as if I could continue with the show, but unfortunately, time's up.
Oh, it's already time.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for your time here. I want to start by our sister, as I started even before. Thank you, Oria, for your time today.
Thank you.
Welcome back. now I am not a guest.
You should.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to another session. It seems to be short. All the time that I'm here, like when I start, I'm a little bit nervous, but as we get into deep down into the discussion, then I feel like I want to go more. But thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, my pleasure. I really appreciate, and I want also to thank people who are watching us today. Stay connected with us. This is BNP TV. Ciao.